guys, I'm Ariel.
And I'm Z, and welcome to A to Z.
Today we're talking about self-care and all the things that go into self-care, what that means, and what you can do to take care of yourself, and what we do, honestly. So, starting out, I would say my top thing is prioritizing myself. And I feel like that kind of encompasses a lot of different things, but I think recently it has been saying no to plans, which makes me sad because I usually am a very outgoing person. But just this like season of my life is just very draining. And right now it just seems so heavy to be going out and hang out with people and doing all the things. Like I used to do stuff like Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. And that just actually seems like my personal hell. What just happened?
Sorry. I was just trying to make sure I was here.
She's just making sure she's mic'd up. She's a little nervous, guys. She
I know,
this
this is a topic
self-care.
I'm kind of uncomfortable talking about.
Anyways, I think having plans that often is just so draining for me. And right now, my recharging is not being around people all the time. It's being by myself, doing the things that I love to do in terms of like making my breakfast, having slow mornings, going to the gym. And as much as that is hard for me because I don't also want to like let my friends down or make them think that I don't want to hang out with them.
Yeah.
It's just what I need right now. And I think listening to yourself as you go through different seasons of your life is so important. And I think obviously you could speak to that too because you go through we all go through periods of like when we're sad, when we're excited and want to be around people and just kind of feeling extroverted or introverted. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I actually love that you always take time away for yourself because
Why am I laughing? And she's making sure the mic is close enough to her.
But girl,
that's what that was.
The frame, it wasn't on me in frame. So I literally was like sniffing my hand. That's what it looks like I was sniffing my hand.
Her self-care regimen.
She's just I'm telling you, I care about myself, so I sniff my hand when I'm freaking out. I'm telling you, girl, like for me, I've always loved that about you. Okay, because my girl really does do that. Like when she really needs time alone, right? Remember that one night where we went to that concert? And then after we went somewhere else after the concert, and you said what? You were like, well, I want to go. I need to go home. Like I need to go home. And I'm like, girl, I love that. And I stayed out till 5 a.m. like getting drunk. Like, come on.
It was wild.
But I'm telling you, but I love that you chose to go away, right? Because there were some things that we had discussed.
She loves that I left.
Girl, no, I didn't. I literally was like, I'm freezing out here in these streets, but without my best friend. But of course, because you were talking about something that you were experiencing that night after the concert, and she said, I want to go and I want to take care of myself. And sometimes I do this thing, right, where even though I might feel like how you felt, you guys, I don't go home. I literally sit in my shit and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to party till the AM, right? I don't do it all the time, guys. Okay. Don't judge me. I'm a mom and I can still have a life. Okay. But those are the things I'm talking about is, I admire that about you, that when you choose to step away, you choose to step away. I've always respected that because some people will stay in certain situations, go out with friends and stuff, even when they don't feel their best. And then it brings down the energy, right? Because you didn't choose yourself in those moments. And then you have these people who sometimes you have friends or people that might not understand, hey, I'm doing this for me because I care about myself enough to just take a step back and take time to myself. And I've always respected that because that's something that I still do have to work on to this day.
Well, I think that's a really hard thing too when it comes to like having a lot of fun when you're like surrounding yourself with friends or like having like a good time if people are going out and you're like, oh my gosh, because I used to have like FOMO too. I'd be like, I don't really want to go, but I also don't want to miss out because all my friends are going to hang out and have fun and then I'm not going to be there and like I'm not going to be in those memories. But it's like it just is so powerful, like choosing yourself and just like realizing that you did the right thing. Like just even in the moment, because like even when I'm at places that I don't want to be at in the moment, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is terrible. I'm not even having a good time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even making the memories that I thought I was going to make because I just don't even want to be here.
Yeah.
So I think that's something you learn and something that's really hard for me. And I think something that I've actually more recently been doing, I think. Just kind of, I mean, honestly, guys, I've been going into hibernation, but I'm loving it.
Yeah. No, but girl, I love that for you. I'm telling you, because something that I even remember that we had been talking about too was, when you chose to step away, right? My girl's been hibernating. I love that for her because even, I reached out to her just to check on her, just to make sure that she's good. And then when she felt right, right enough to talk to me about it, then we were able to communicate. Just being able to communicate what you needed. And for me, I always appreciate that. I always appreciate your open and honest communication because I know that sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to have those open conversations, but the people that are truly there, that your people in your life, they will truly understand. If you are going through something and you need time away and you communicate that to them, if they don't understand, then that's not someone that you need. That is not someone that you should surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And that's, that's also an alignment, when people overstep boundaries. But that's why you should need to have care for yourself enough in order to say, this is what I need. If you can't respect that, then
No.
this is a relationship I don't need in my life.
Yeah.
Because I knew that you needed, time away. And that's something that I've just always valued. You've always just been an open communicator. So you guys are very lucky if you have a friend like this. Okay. I'm just telling you.
Slay. What was I going to say though? I think it also has a lot to do with like having depression and like going through stints of like depression. And I think being able to recognize what you need and how your friends can support you in that. Because I think being able to talk to my friends about it is huge. Like, I think it's really hard to suffer, obviously, through depression, but also like suffering alone is even harder. And I think if you have friends that will like respect those boundaries, respect knowing that you need that time, but also like confirming that they're supporting you in any way that you need is really important. And obviously we've kind of been like that rock for each other because I think we've both kind of gone through different episodes or different times in life where like we've gone through some pretty hard things, and obviously everyone's different in what they need. Like when I came and I was like, listen, we need to get you out of your closet, we're going to Texas Roadhouse and we're doing the thing, you know what I mean? And like even with you, like when I fell down the stairs and I was just like, I need to lay in my bed because I just am so sad and like I just can't even. And she showed up at my door with my friend and they took me out to ice cream. And it's like, that like your friends are there and they're going to do what you need because like we did both for each other. And I think that's really important for a friend to do.
Yeah. And I remember that, you guys, because, I was, should I say what I was doing? Why I was in my closet? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say why. I was filing for divorce. Okay. Like that's what I was doing. Okay. And for me, I generally am someone who doesn't communicate those things. Sometimes I'll choose just to hide. I won't tell people that I won't be vulnerable and tell people that I'm going through things. But my best friend has always been a safe space for me. And so, of course, I gave her a call and I'm literally laying there crying in my closet. And she said, get your clothes on. I'm going to come, get you. Like, let's go. And we went out, we got margaritas and I went from crying in my closet to, laughing at the local Texas Roadhouse. And it was the best time. Those rolls are
Small
fire.
Businesses.
I love
supporting
to
small business.
I love to support me a local small business. And why not support those dang Texas Roadhouse rolls? Like those are fire.
So good.
And I'm telling you, but that was something I was so grateful for. And then I remember even when we, when I came over to you after you fell down the stairs. I mean,
why does that story crack me up so hard?
Girl, I'm telling you, when we talk about it now, I look back and laugh. Like, but at the time, it was terrible.
No, it was actually the worst day of my life.
No, really.
Like, I think it was terrible.
It was terrible,
Yeah.
But it was so funny because remember we're sitting in the back. I think we were eating McDonald's or something, right? And your foot's like up. Her foot was like just
I was like
sticking up.
icing my foot.
She was icing her foot,
And
we're just
elevating.
sitting in the back together, just like sitting there laughing and having a good time, just talking about how crazy some people are.
It's true.
And
AKA my roommate who's a bitch.
Yeah, AKA her ex roommate, girl. never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna
She
say.
needs to go to a mental mental institution.
She probably was experiencing her menstrual for like months because she was a bitch.
I mean, yeah.
But you know,
Something
but
worse
I'm
than that.
telling you, like this situation, you know, like that was a hard one. But I'm glad.
So bad. It's so bad when I think about it. Like, it's so comical that I fell down the stairs and was on crutches and was like crawling around the house.
Oh.
But it really wasn't funny in the moment.
Girl, but you communicated what you needed, and I
so
was
true.
there, and I communicated what I needed, and she was there, and that's why I'm just so glad that we have each other for that, though, because I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to go through those things alone. And sometimes self-care is having open communication with others when you need help.
Yeah.
And that's something that's so important. And I'm very glad that I have someone that I can lean back on and be like, hey, I'm crying in this damn closet. Come get me.
Yeah.
Those are the things that I'm really grateful for. And there's other things with self-care, right? Something that she does that I always am like, ugh, I wish that was me.
What?
Like, you know how you go to the gym like every day and you do like that routine that you're always doing? What is it called? Who is it by?
What?
You were doing like this whole like routine for like, I don't know, some kind of
Oh,
training,
the cut
some workout.
protein.
Some kind of like cutting up
Routine.
something. You know what I'm saying?
She
Obviously,
goes cutting up some
I'm telling you guys,
steak.
I work out in my own way. Okay.
She does. She takes her dog on walks all the time.
Yes.
And you go on night walks. Like in the summer, I'd always call you and you were like on a walk and it was like dark and I was like, girl, are you okay?
No, really. I'm just out here fighting my own
your demons.
in these streets. I'm telling
But
you.
I think I do that so consistently because that was a coping mechanism for me back like in high school. Like that was something that whenever I was stressed, whenever I was sad, whatever it was, I just went to the gym. And it didn't have to be like because I wanted a certain body or all these things. It was because it was like it would help me release whatever I was dealing with. And I think that was a big thing that has helped me. And I mean, obviously there are the other benefits of like being healthy and like whatever it is, getting stronger. But for me, like movement, any type of walking, any type of lifting helps me so much to get out of a funk or like to just get my emotions out.
Yeah.
But I feel like everyone like kind of has that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that because for me, walking, you guys, I love to walk. Okay.
Yeah.
I will walk to the most random places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where have you walked?
Where have I walked?
Yeah. What's the most random place you've walked?
Oh my gosh. You guys. I've walked like, in like those industrial buildings. I walked around there. You guys, I probably could have been, you know what I'm saying? But a girl just needed to walk. And so I've walked in some of the most random places before just so I can clear my mental.
Yeah.
It's always good for me. And you guys don't worry. I walk long enough so I can burn calories. I ain't just going to like, okay, well.
Walk to the fridge.
There are
back.
times, there are some times where a girl gets tired of her dang dog. And she's like, you know what? We don't need a walk today. Okay.
Poor Aura.
Walking back to
She's
my
just
room.
a little crazy.
Oh my gosh, yeah, my Aura, she's so crazy. I love her. English cream golden retriever, get you one. They're so cute.
Slay.
Google it, guys. I'm telling you, but those are the things though. Like even other types of movement for me is, gosh, I literally had one. And then
She's like, I don't actually do any other movement.
Apparently, guys, I don't even move at all. I just move from place to place, and then I go on these
Move
dang
around
walks.
your house.
No, I move around. Oh yeah, dancing. You guys, a girl can't even dance. I can't even
Love
dance.
that.
You guys.
What do you do? Like
And-
Zumba?
Girl, oh my gosh. Please. I tried that. You guys, the lack of coordination was not there. Okay. But for me, I will just dance. Like I will literally wake up in the morning and I play, okay, you know what song I play every single morning when I get
What?
up? Because I just need to move. I always play She's a Bad Mama Jamma.
I don't know that
And then
song.
girl, oh my gosh, does that show that doesn't just show
Who
my
is
age.
that
That song
by?
is older than me.
So that especially
I
shows your
forgot the
age.
name of no, really. Even that's showing my age. I can't even pull out the name of the person that sings that song. But that's a good one. And then also X Gonna Give It to You by DMX because my name starts with an X. My name's Z.
X gonna give
Zion,
it.
but
What is it called?
X Gonna Give It to You, and I just pretend that he's rapping about me, and then I play it in that movement.
That's kind of crazy.
Girl, I
love
telling you,
that, though.
We'll play it in the car because I'm telling you,
Okay.
girl, it's hype, and
Okay,
it
deal.
literally just makes you feel like you're a bad bitch. And for me, I love to feel like a bad bitch in the morning. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's my movement. Like I'll be dancing around the house. I'll play the most ratchet music on the planet. Like I'll literally be like, Alexa, play Meg the Stallion.
I love that though.
I'm telling you, girl, that's my kind of movement.
Yeah.
I love to dance, even though I can't
But
dance.
that's also like self-expression too. I think that's also like a form of just like getting things out and like,
yeah, I just got to express it in my
Getting
room,
good
not out in
vibes.
public. Because, but that's what I love to do. There's other things, though, that you've done. Because you've done, what other forms of movement have you done? You've done...
I love Pilates. I love yoga. Yoga sculpt. I
Oh my
love to run
gosh.
sometimes.
Yoga sculpt.
It's hard. It's like heated, but then it has weights and you do cardio in it. And it's just honestly like
Yeah, don't invite
maybe
me.
hell on earth. But it is very good for you. It like you truly feel like you're dying in a hole when you're doing it. But after, you just feel like you could climb Mount Everest. Truly. Like you just feel so good and you just sweat everything out. Yeah. No bad vibes in here because it all came out.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, there are a lot of old sweaty men in there though, which I'm not a huge fan of, and they also don't wear like a ton of deodorant. So it's not like it's not my favorite, but it's such a vibe. So I do it. Yeah, I mean, give it a thought
Yeah.
next week.
We'll keep that as an afterthought because, girl, I can't. I love that for you, though. Like, I've always loved my girl's videos, posts, like stories. She's always posting the cutest stories in the gym. And I'm like, oh my gosh, at least it's one of us. And I love that for her, though, because, I know that we both incorporate movement, right?
Yeah.
Like I've been on my own weight loss journey, right?
Yes,
I've
1000%.
Lost a lot of weight, too. But I just love seeing what you do because it's always like fun and unique. And I truly think that that's such a huge thing because it helps with your mental. I'll be honest, like my walks, you guys, when I go on these dang walks, I literally feel like I just have all the ideas in the world. I literally think I'm Albert Einstein and I just have the best, greatest
You kind of
ideas.
are.
I'm literally over here being like, oh my gosh, this is an amazing idea. But that's what self-care is, And,
Exactly.
and so that's why I think just making sure that that's a priority in your life, which is something that you do.
Yeah.
So proud of my girl. So proud.
Thanks. What else is on your list? Let me see. Oh, cutting off people and unfollowing people. That is a big form of self-care that I have been implementing kind of recently, I would say, because I also was A, people pleasing, and B, very afraid of what other people would think. Now, don't give an F. If I don't like you, if I don't want to follow you, you're done. And that's not personal. I just don't need you in my life. I don't need to see what you're posting. I don't need to see your aura, your vibes, whatever. You keep doing you and I'm going to keep doing me, but I don't need that. And I think that's the same for you. Like you were talking about your friend
Yeah.
blasting her family. You didn't need that negative energy in your life. And also like people in person. Like if you are not getting good energy or good vibes from someone, they're like after you hang out with someone, I have tried to become so aware of how I feel. If I leave that hangout feeling like depressed or sad or angry or something, or like just in a bad mindset, I'm just like, wait, I don't need that type of friendship in my life. Like I don't want that to surround myself with those type of people. But people who make you feel like uplifted and happy and inspired and all of that, I think that's just so important to pay attention to. Like obviously when we're together, we just have the best time. I always leave and I'm like, ugh, I just want more time. Or I have one of my best friends, Lily. She has the best aura. And you've met Lily, I think. And she just has the happiest, sweetest, most positive aura. And that is so important because you're going to carry on that energy. Like it's not just going to leave right after. And I think that's so important to pay attention to. And also just self-care of making sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who put you in a good headspace.
Yeah. I agree. Like I love when we hang out because we always are up to do the most random things. The most random things. One time we went bowling just because we were like, why not?
Yeah. We were terrible, but it was fun.
And and trust me, the speed of those balls were slow but steady.
Slow but
And everyone else
Wins the
next
race.
to us were like Speedy McGee's. I'm like, whoa, slow down. Like we ain't competing out here.
Yeah.
It was
What's
a whole
the rush?
league. You guys, it was a whole bowling league. Okay. And
What's the rush?
I'm over here being like, okay, sir, calm yourself down. We know you're good.
Yeah.
But like, do you see me? I literally, you guys, we probably needed the things that the kids use.
We actually wanted to get those, the ones that like that go up the gutter, so you can't go into the gutter.
So you can't go into the gutter because it was guttering every time.
It was giving gutter balls every other time. If we got one pin down, we were lucky.
Oh yeah, but trust me, we were hyping each other up. Girl, that's one pin. Like I literally was over here cheering her on.
We were like, next time.
No,
queen.
really. And every time it guttered, she's like, next time. I'm like, girl, the next time was the last time. Like, I'm telling you, this is just consistent behavior. But you want to know something, though? What did we do after? We got cute photos of ourselves.
It's true.
We got cute photos of ourselves. With bowling balls.
Does that?
I wasn't even applying for the league, and here I am getting my profile pic. But those are the things, though. Like, those are the things that I enjoy. And I think self-care, too. Like, having great friendships.
Yeah.
Just having great friendships that you just know that you guys get each other. You just know that when you guys get together, that the energy is great, regardless of whatever we're going through. Because when me and her are both going through things, regardless, we still have a great ass time. We'll sit there, we'll cry, we'll laugh, we'll get angry, we'll go back to crying again, then we'll go back to laughing. But I never have ever felt like negative heavily with her when we leave our space, right? And so that's why I'm just very grateful for those kinds of friendships, because they're very hard to find. Yeah. They're very hard to find, because you're right. There are certain circumstances where there's people where you interact with them, whether it's friends or family or whoever it may be, and you leave just feeling more down. And I've actually experienced that with family too, where I've been around my own situations of, I go around certain family members or people, and then I would go home and I would just cry. I would just cry myself to sleep, because I just kept thinking, but this is my family, right? Like I would just constantly think, well, this is my family. And then I started realizing that I wasn't taking care of myself, because I literally was putting my mental health at risk, because I'm over here just trying to love on people that wouldn't reciprocate it in the same way that I would. Mm-hmm. And so I agree with you, like just having solid people in your life, regardless of, whatever they may be to you, whatever relationship you may have with them. I think that's so important. So I love that you spoke on that.
Yeah. And I feel like I want to touch on just like having really good friendships is so important for just everyone, regardless of if you're like an introvert, an extrovert, if you're very like off on your own, which I feel like I'm a pretty independent person, but I always need to go back to my friends and my support system. And I think that's really big. And when you find people who are just like 100% there for you all the time, and like they're your biggest cheerleaders, that's like when you've hit the jackpot, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I love that. I'm telling you, girl, that was a good one. I love that.
We're just besties.
I'm telling you, besties. But what else did you want to? What else is like? Bro, what are some self-care tips? Because I know that you do a lot of stuff now.
Yeah.
But like for you, like what are some tips that you would suggest to people now? Yeah. In order for them to actually provide self-care. Because you guys don't look over here and ask. Like, I'm just going to be so real. I only have a couple of things, okay?
I would say listening to what you need in the season that you're in. Mm-hmm. I think that's always changing. And I think being able to listen to yourself and kind of even like write down like what makes you feel good, what doesn't make you feel good, and leaning more into what makes you feel good. Let's see. I always think movement, journaling, meditation is something that I really like to do, especially when I'm in like a really bad place. I'm like, okay, listen, I just need to be in my zone, be in with me, and like focus on what I can control. And I think that's a really big thing, because I am very prone to anxiety all the time. And I think just being able to label what I can control and all of that is really helpful for me when I get into those mindsets. So yeah, walking, meditation, reading is also great. I love reading. Whether it be like nonfiction or fiction, I think that's really good just to get yourself out of your own head in some spots. I also think limiting social media time, that's a big one for me.
Facts.
And that's really hard because A, my job is in social media, and B, I'm just so used to being like scrolling on TikTok or scrolling on Instagram or all these things. But I truly can attest to the fact that I am more sad, more depressed when I'm going on social media 24/7, scrolling on TikTok, looking at all these people who I'm like, they have amazing lives, they have amazing bodies. I want to look like that. Why don't I look like that? Why don't I have that? And I think that's a really big one that I actually just remembered now. But whenever I take like a little detox, and that can be like not going on it as often or deleting it from your phone. Like I'll do it where I remove it from my home page. Like I don't fully delete the app, but like then I just like when I go and I'm like, oh, I'm going to like automatically go to Instagram and scroll. It's not there. So I'm more mindful of when I go on, and then I'm like, okay, wait, I don't need to be doing that. Yeah. So I think those are like my main tips.
Yeah. No, I love that. I actually do the social media one too, because we both work in the social media.
It's hard. It's hard out here.
And yeah, it's so something my therapist actually told me about was, you know, because I was telling her, I was like, I'm starting to have like these really weird episodes because I have CPTSD. And so I remember saying like, I wake up every morning just like feeling as if I'm, you know, dissociating. And she told me, she said, you need to just start like staying off your phone for like the first 1 to 2 hours of the day. And so I started doing that. And you guys, it was such a game changer for me. I actually had happier days because I wasn't going online and just looking and stressing over things and just looking at notifications and information. And I realized that it was just so helpful for myself because as great as social media can be, yes, there's also a lot of people doing the whole comparison thing, or it just exhausts you sometimes because you aren't always going to be able to control what pops up on your feed, right? So when you wake up in the morning and something pops up and it's just something that's negative and it just brings you down at the start of your day, and then that's the energy that you carry throughout the day with you sometimes. And so for myself, I had to learn, okay, I got to stop actually scrolling on here, and I need to start being more aware of what I consume right when I wake up. And so now when I wake up in the morning, I just focus on, you know, making sure that I'm drinking a lot of water, making sure that I have like as much protein as I can in the morning, because I'm really bad at getting my protein in if I don't start it from the very moment that I wake up.
She a fit gal.
I'm telling you, girl, I'm telling
with
you.
With her hydration and protein.
I'm telling you, we really got to get those things together. And so now I'm like, okay, these are the things that I'm going to do. And that's my self-care now. Like that's my self-care, you know, things that I do now. And then also learning to say no. I used to say yes to everything last year, you guys. I used to say yes to everything. And now I always think to myself, okay, is this something that I can do? I literally had someone who had reached out to me and had said, you know, what's your bandwidth? Can you do this, this, and this for me? And I came back and I turned around and I said, no, I can't do it for you. And I usually will feel guilty, right, about doing those things and saying no to people, whether it's in my career or in my personal life. And now all I do is just say no. Now, I mean, not all the time.
Complete opposite.
No, really. Do you want to come here on this podcast episode? No. Like literally. Don't worry, Skylar. I'm going to show up. Okay, but like, but you know what I'm saying? Like for me now, I realize, okay, I don't have to say yes to everything that happens. I can say no to things. I can say no to things that just don't serve me. I always make sure that, you know, does this align with me? Is this something that I want to make sure? Is this something that I want to even invest my time into? Does this actually have a purpose for me? And so those are the things that I always, about 3 or 4 of the things that I generally think of when I'm thinking of whether I'm saying yes or no to people.
Yeah.
Because I just used to say, yeah, let me just do this. Let me just do that. Yeah. Oh, you need help with this project that you're not paying me for? But that's a personal problem. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like I literally would always just say yes to whatever because I always just wanted to help everyone. And now that I'm learning, saying no is an okay thing. And that's just one of those are just a couple of the ways that I've learned in giving self-care to myself.
Yeah, I love that. And also that just proves that like things are just so different for us and whatever you need is okay. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be the same for everyone. And it's not going to be the same for everyone. But I think we'd also love to hear your self-care tips because give us more ideas. Yes. I would love to know what else you guys do.
Please. Because you guys, I'm telling you.
Yeah, we don't know everything. We know most.
We don't. I learned the 2-hour get off social media from my therapist.
Yeah.
So please drop your self-care tips in the comments because we love to try them. I'm telling you, we're self-care girlies. That's why this is an episode.
Yes. All right, guys.
We'll talk to you later, guys.
Yeah. Bye.